guys, welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.
And you're new!
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid.
Hot tag!
Hot tag!
Hot tag, okay, I got you. I got you, I'm coming in hot. You know, I'm gonna hit that Big E spear.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
What is going on, everybody? It's time for the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic. I'm excited. This is your TNA Impact Wrestling Review for 3/15/2016. And we had a live show, which meant there were some crazy things going on. So let's jump right into it. Let's start off with the promos, I suppose. We started off with a promo with Jeff Hardy. The show started out with a match, but the match ended with a promo from Matt Hardy on Jeff Hardy trying to make a deal with him after the match, but Jeff Hardy wasn't having it. It's kind of hard to know what's going on without knowing the result of the match. So Jeff Hardy was taking on EY, and Jeff Hardy would end up winning in a pretty good match that we'll get to here in a little bit. But Matt Hardy, tried to make a deal with him, kind of save your shot for later, bound for glory, 2017, 2016, 2020, save your shot. And then we had Eddie Edwards kind of talking about that Davey's hurt. Good gravy, this this unfortunate tag team division for TNA. Davey Richards is hurt, and the Decay attack. And then we got a nice Miracle Mike Bennett promo. Let's just start with those three. And then Beer Money will talk about the Decay too. Any thoughts, Casey, about those things? I don't even remember what it was, but any thoughts?
I mean, I gotta take a notepad and write all the things right now because I can't even remember. Okay, let's start off with Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy first. First things first. I didn't think there was anything too special about this promo, but they freaking throw around that poor child so much. She's like, you want to hold him? Here, hold your nephew. Okay, I'm going to take him back. Now I'm going to throw him here. Here, you want to hold him? You want to do it? I'm like, it is a child. It is not a prop. Calm down. Jesus. But it was kind of cool, seeing Uncle Jeff hold him. Holding little Maxwell. Yeah. What were the other two promos?
The other two that I know them, I promise. The Eddie Edwards, Davey Richards Decay situation where they kind of
that.
And then this don't matter either because it's just the Beer Money Decay thing. The Miracle promo, anything?
No.
All right, Justin, any thoughts on any of those things if you can remember them? More so, I guess, the Miracle promo because I guess it's the first time you've seen the Miracle promo. Or the Miracles, or Mike Bennett's promos, and then Jeff Hardy.
Well, the thoughts on the Jeff Hardy one, with Matt Hardy. I mean, there wasn't really anything too special happening there, but I definitely agree with Casey. They were just throwing that baby. Maxwell, that's his name. Yeah, they were just throwing him around there in this promo. And also, Matt Hardy said, he was, very sad, when Eric Young, or EY, pile drived him, and, Jeff Hardy wasn't having that, and he said you should save your title shot, which I don't know why he didn't say Bound for Glory 2016 to just skip to 2017. Like what? So I guess there isn't gonna be a Bound for Glory 2016. I don't know, but
of course you would say that, you TNA hater.
I don't hate TNA, but no, I don't. If I hate TNA, I wouldn't be watching this. So yeah, but I don't really have any two thoughts on the Eddie Edwards promo or the Beer Money. What was the other one?
It was the Miracle. Mike
Bennett. I don't really have too much thoughts on that one.
Because he hates TNA. He hates it.
I don't hate you.
One more thing. Any thoughts on the icon? Matt Hardy. That's how he says it. He really says it like that. Justin, any thoughts? I've heard Casey's thoughts. We've been doing this for a minute.
Do you need some water?
So no thoughts on this heel Matt Hardy.
We saw that. Not really. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Let's continue with the promos and such. We had a Lashley interview. He talks about being the most dominating and toughest in this wrestling business. He's kind of mad that he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. I agree. He doesn't need friends. He says if you step into the ring with him, he's going to hurt you. And he's not a happy camper of the questions that Josh Matthews asked him. He is about to beat some Josh Matthews, and then the Pope jumps in, and he gets feared because if you jump in the ring with Lashley, you will get hurt. He told you. He already told you. And then we got a nice Decay little promo. I love hearing from Abyss, just in my personal opinion. I don't know what it is. I think it's the Decay gimmick that makes it not feel as weird when he talks. I like hearing from Abyss. And we got Josh Matthews actually returning to commentary after almost getting beat up. Casey, any thoughts on the Decay? Josh Matthews or Lashley? Who you hate?
I was excited. Like I said, like I told DJ earlier, I was thinking, maybe we might get an in-ring Pope return. Maybe. I like the Decay promo. I just love the Decay in general. I still think they need to change at least the mask for Abyss. Something needs to change about him to make him feel like he fits in a little bit more with them. But I did like this promo that he did. I thought this was one of the better ones that he's done. I feel like he's getting more comfortable in the new gimmick and everything. And we did hear a little bit from Rosemary. And then Josh Matthews coming back, freaking no-selling the spear. No-selling it. Like, if you didn't see that segment before, you wouldn't even have known that he got, attacked.
He's taken a spear before. He was a wrestler.
He was on Tough Enough and didn't do anything. I think he was like the first elimination. I'm pretty sure he was the first elimination. I'm almost positive. But he just no-sold it, like, at all. I was so like, you sound like you got speared or something. He was like, and we're back, blah blah. I'm like, dude, really?
All right, Justin, thoughts? And also, Pope's sell to the spear was epic. Any thoughts on any of those things? If you don't remember them, just tell me to remind you.
I liked Josh Matthews and Lashley segment. That was pretty cool. Pretty much, last year he's saying it was really nothing personal, the reason why he did what he did to Kurt Angle last week. Pretty much, proving a point, because like he's pretty much just trying to prove a point, and pretty much saying that whoever he hops in the ring with, like he's gonna be dominant, or if he hops in the octagon, he's gonna be dominant also. And like I just like when he tossed Josh Matthews, and then of course Pope got in the ring, which are like, Can we have some Pope in ring stuff again? Because I liked him back in the day, like in 2010 and stuff like that. Cause
that's back in the day.
That's kind of back in the day.
How old are you, 12?
Wow.
Yeah, I am 12. No, I'm joking, but
wow. Even for 12-year-olds, that's not back in the day.
But I like this. This was good. And also, what's the other one we're talking about?
The other one was the Decay, which you haven't seen yet, I don't think.
Yeah, I like the Decay. I really love Rosemary. Rosemary. Come on, Rosemary.
Wow.
So Justin's into the creepy ones.
Yeah, I like the creepy ones. She's actually really creepy. Let's take off that paint. You'll be good. You'll be.
You do realize.
Okay. All right, this is getting a little graphic for the kids out there. So we gonna continue.
No,
We gonna continue.
she's way too old for you.
We would get the evidence finally. With Grado, we would get a no DQ stipulation added to the title match, and with the whole Grado evidence situation, basically Eli would get his case. Grado would get another contract if he wins a ladder match. So that set up a ladder match. Any thoughts on those segments, promos, and such, Casey?
See, the thing about it is though, like I get that we finally saw the evidence. We saw everything that happened. You know, he set up the match for if Grado wins, he gets another contract. But what we didn't get the most important detail. Does Odarg still get the contract though? Like, does Odarg still get to wrestle? That's what I want to know. Does Odarg the Great still get to wrestle for Impact Wrestling? Like, are they going to be a tag team? What's going on with that? That's what I need to know.
We also saw a little bit of Willow. I forgot about that. It was like a little, just like a walk by.
Because they didn't do anything with it.
Good. It's a teaser. That's what you're supposed to do.
No.
You don't need to capitalize on it now. You just wait.
I want instant gratification. Damn it.
Spoiled freaking fan. Anyway, Justin.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this stuff with Eli Drake and Grado. You know, like this segment. I like them showing the footage of him changing the briefcases. That was pretty cool. And I like how you keep both those like with the whole fire to. I don't really remember the stuff I was gonna say because I really forgot my train of thought here. Oh yeah, I like like the storyline behind this, to keep both of them in the company because you don't want to get rid of them. So I really like that, but yeah.
But do you want Odarg the Great back? Do you even know who Odarg the Great is? You have not been watching for the past month, you liar.
But
alrighty, are we ready to get into some matches? I think we are. Let's jump into the matches of the show. This is kind of harder this week to do it this way because all of the segments revolved around the matches, whereas last week they didn't. So always adjusting. But we had Hardy versus EY. The fight would start, but Dixie would come out and talk about how the winner would be added to the World Heavyweight Championship match. I think this match got you excited because not only did you have to wait a while to get it, let Jeff Hardy get his revenge, but you also had to Hardy's revenge. Anyway, you also had to you had more ramifications that we didn't even know about. Like the Dragon Sleeper from the top turnbuckle by EY, it looked like that could hurt a little bit. And then the Swanton for the win by Hardy. This was a good match, especially, and it was nice to see a match to start the show. You don't always see that, but I definitely think it's special when you do. So let's start with Justin since we're getting into the matches. Justin, thoughts?
I really enjoyed this match because I just really enjoyed this match. I like when Jeff Hardy did that slingshot onto the outside, and Eric Young got his knees up. I like that, and they pretty much brawled a lot during this match. I just really enjoyed this, and I think Eric Young, he has one of the best pile drivers in the business, in my opinion.
There's 3 syllables actually.
Business. But I just thought this was a very good match. But the winner of the match was Jeff Hardy. But like I said, this was very fun, and he would go on to the main event. Make it.
All right, Casey, thoughts?
It was an okay match. It was okay. The pile driver scared me a little bit because just anytime you do a pile driver on the outside, it scares you a little bit, just a little bit, But I like the match, but I don't know what they're doing with it. They're not setting up, EY working for Matt Hardy, so it's like he's doing this for no reason, but Matt Hardy's getting the benefit. It's a little bit confusing, and I think they need to set up a more, permanent feud for EY. Just because I feel like they've been throwing EY and Bram just kind of around because they don't know exactly what to do with them, which is unfortunate because they make a really good team. And they're entertaining. They're both really good in the ring, so I think they need to find them something to keep them busy. Put them in a feud with the Decay or something like that. Put them in. I was gonna say the Wolves, but then
Imagine how crazy that feud would be.
would be insane. But yeah, this was a pretty good opening match.
Alrighty, so next we had the debut of Maria in a TNA ring. We had Mike Bennett and Maria versus Galloway and Gail Kim. Maria wanted nothing to do with Gail Kim in this match. So she kind of runs out of the ring, but Galloway, when he gets in, he don't run anywhere unless it's right at you. I think he hit Mike Bennett with a boot immediately. I love watching Galloway in the ring. He's a freaking tank. He's a tall dude, but he's not like one of those dudes that looks like just jacked. He's just really tall and lengthy. I guess linky, I guess is the word. But Galloway would trap Maria, and I looked down to take a note, and then this match was over. So I have no idea how Maria won. I just saw they won. Any thoughts on this match, Justin?
I thought this match was pretty good. I love Maria, man. I loved her stuff that she did back in Ring of Honor and stuff. And like I said, I just started watching TNA again.
What about?
But did you like what she did in TNA?
I actually did like what she did here.
What about NJPW?
What?
What about NJPW?
I don't have NJPW the thing, the network type of thing for the thing about whatever it's called. But this was actually a pretty good match. Bennett, he worked with really with a lot of aggression here, and this was a good back and forth match between Drew Galloway and Mike Bennett, and also. Maria, she kept slapping Galloway. I like that. And then after she got done slapping him, Galloway, he did a whole bunch of chops on Bennett in the corner. I go like, ouch, that just hurt my chest when they were doing that. And I'm pretty sure that Maria won by a roll-up, if I'm not mistaken.
That's why I looked down. Anyway.
Yeah, it was a roll-up. I hate roll-ups. I hate them.
I was actually fine with a roll-up because Maria didn't do anything in the match. I mean, besides poke her butt out, she didn't do anything in the match.
I'm fine with her doing that.
But anyway, Casey, thoughts?
But do you like fruit roll-ups?
I do love.
I actually like Gushers better.
Oh, okay.
I like both.
I was kind of let down with parts of this match. More so Maria. She didn't really do anything, and I was so disappointed. Like we've seen her do good stuff in Ring of Honor. We've seen her do good stuff in New Japan. Hell, we even saw her do some good stuff back in WWE, and she didn't do anything in this match. I was like, why? Why? Let her wrestle. Let her do things, except for just a roll-up. But I liked Bennett in this match. Bennett's one of those guys that I love to see him just. I like to see him get good offense in, but he's also one of those guys who really sells well. That kick from Drew that he sold really well. The chops looked good. It was a good match. I wish they did more with Maria in this match and not make her seem like the cowardly heel kind of a thing. Because I don't think that's her really. I think she can. She's really good in the ring, so let her do that. Kind of the same with Seth Rollins. I don't like how they booked him as the kind of coward heel.
I agree. She is a queen, and she deserves Better than this, TNA. Better than this. But let's continue down the card. We would get Davey Richard, as I put it. Davey Richards, and it wasn't Davey Richards at all. Eddie Edwards and Beer Money versus the Decay. And Rosemary was actually in this match. I love the Decay with a passion. I don't know what it is, man, but the Decay, they just get all up in my feels, man. You know, I don't know. I just like the Decay a lot. They're kind of unique, I guess. I guess you could call them. You know, they're a little unique type of a faction, type of a group. But I really enjoy them. I enjoy them in the ring. I even enjoy Abyss within them. Within them. There's too much ends in that. You know, shut up. I really enjoy Abyss. You know, with the Decay too. I just want to see. I obviously want to see more of Crazy Steve. And I mean, I really like that Rosemary was a part of this match too, because it kind of continued to build on that kind of craziness of it. Because at first I was like, is this a handicap match? And then it wasn't. And I was like, okay. Justin, thoughts on this match? I don't remember who won because I didn't write it down.
Oh, yeah, I thought this match was actually really good, and I love Rosemary, like I said. I don't know, the DK, they left a good impression on me, you know, seeing it for, like, this team for the first time. But, you know, I just, you know, love seeing, you know, the Beer Money again also. This was good. And, like I said, this was very fun, and, you know, like, Rosemary, she's, like, this team is, like, so crazy and stuff, you know, like, and she actually getting in the match and doing some crazy stuff here. You know, it's pretty much one of your normal, like, six-man tag team matches. I like when Eddie Edwards hit the backpack stunner for a near fall. That was cool. But you know, this was a very good match, and I like when Beer Money, they both did a suplex to Rosemary like that, and
I know what it is. I don't know why they didn't mention this, because we know Angelina's pregnant. Davey Richards isn't hurt. He was obviously with Angelina Love giving birth to their child. They just had their baby like yesterday. That's what it was. I think that might have been why he wasn't there. But anyway, you have any more thoughts, Justin?
Yeah, I do, and I also like when Rosemary did the miss in the face of, I can't remember who it was. It was Rude, yeah. And then, you know, I think Steve, he low blowed Edwards, and then that's how they picked up the victory. So, like I said, it was a pretty good match. I liked it, and yeah.
Those tag titles look good on Beer Money. I'm not gonna lie. I saw them come out. I was like, man, that's not a bad look. But anyway, Casey, have you gotten your boozer crew yet? Have you?
You know, I'm working on it. I got a custom made one coming for me. You know, it's gonna be all chromed out and everything like that. You know, how did Davey Richards get Angelina Love? That's what I need to know. You know what I mean? Because I mean,
Velvet's better.
Don't get me wrong.
Velvet's better.
What?
Velvet's better.
Get out.
That face.
Get out now.
I don't know. I was like Velvet Skyban.
Get out.
That ass though.
That is all she has, and it's not even a good ass.
Them boobs, also.
She can't wrestle. She has an awkwardly high lower back tattoo. She can't wrestle. She has horrible mic skills.
Okay, back to the match.
Sorry, my bad. If he didn't say nothing, I wouldn't have said nothing.
Don't start, none won't be none.
Yeah, don't start, none will be none. I like this match. I like that Rosemary was in this match. You hardly ever see intergender matches anymore. And if you do, it's like, you know, guy girl, and only the females wrestle each other, and then only the guys. You know, the girls don't ever get in the ring with the guys, which is awesome. I do kind of, you know, I think Davey and Eddie should have been out, you know, with Angelina. You know, it's going to be Uncle Eddie, so he got to meet the baby, you know. And they should have, you know, put Jimmy Havoc in his place, because they started off a feud with Jimmy Havoc, and they're not continuing to feud with Jimmy Havoc. Are you seeing a thing like Jimmy Havoc? I want to see him more. I want to see more of that feud. And he's cool. I do still want to hear from Crazy Steve. I want to hear the Jamaican accent that I'm convinced that he has. I'm convinced it's a Jamaican accent. The man is Jamaican. They just ain't telling us. But yeah, this was a really good match. It got me excited.
Alrighty, I think the next match on the card is not the main event, but it was close. It was close. It was the almost main event, and it was Grado versus
It was a co-main event. This called the co-main event.
How dare you? How dare you mess up my Eli Drake? But we had Grado versus Eli Drake, and I was excited going into this match because, like, well, I was excited because it kind of got thrown on me at the last minute. I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? I kind of want more of these matches thrown on me at the last minute, please. But anyway, love the cannonball through Drake into the ladder. Love that. Jesse would come in, kind of get involved. Shera would almost hurt himself on the ladder. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I was laughing so hard. Shera, it's the mustache. Shera would almost hurt himself on the ladder, and then Grado made me say, "Oh my God!" When he jumped from that ladder to take out everybody, I was like, "Yeah, Grado." And then he ends up hitting an electric chair from the top of the ladder. Obviously, Grado gets his contract back. He is hype. This was a good ladder match, though. There were a lot of kind of cool spots in this match. It's been a while since I felt like we've seen a one-on-one ladder match. We usually see a lot of group ladder matches, but not a lot of one-on-one ladder matches. So I thought this was a pretty good ladder match and shows the versatility of both Grado and Eli Drake. I'm loving Grado, man. Ever since I watched his documentary. I mean, I was a fan before, but watching his documentary, so much appreciation for that, man. Any thoughts on the ladder match, Justin?
I thought this match was good. This match kind of came out of match kind of like it was kind of a curveball here. Like this at the beginning, this match was kind of like comedy, like cartoon comedy at the beginning. But I really enjoyed this. You know, we had some interferences with Jesse in this match, and we also had Shera. He came in the match, and also I liked the splash that Grado did on to all of them on the outside of the ring. That was cool. I liked the electric chair off of the top of the ladder. That was a good spot during the match. Also, but the winner of the match was Grado. He kept elbowing Drake at the top, and then that sent Eli Drake, falling off the ladder, and the winner of the match was, Grado, and he got his contract, and I also like when he does his that cannonball in the corner, pulling out his inner Kevin Owens there a little bit, but yeah, this was a fun match. I enjoyed it.
No, Justin. Kevin Owens pulls out his inner Grado. Casey, thoughts on the match?
First of all, we're going back a little bit. We need to have a 6-person feud. We need to have the Decay versus EY and Bram and Jimmy Havoc, simply because EY trained Crazy Steve. Anyway, let me
Really?
talk to you. Yeah.
Really though?
Yeah. Let me talk to you. This was a really good match. This was a good ladder match, but it was a good kind of short ladder match. It wasn't like a 60-minute ladder match. It wasn't like half an hour. It was really short, but you got into it. Like the storyline was there. They got all the cool spots in and everything, and you walked away kind of like, wow, I just saw a really good match. And I'm really hoping it was either a tag team contract or like there's a clause in there that allows Odarg to get, because listen, we need Odarg the Great. We need Odarg. This is what we need.
Alrighty, let's get into the main event of the evening. Jeff Hardy versus EC3 versus EY, and there was a lot of outside interference, which I get it, because Matt Hardy is iconic. I get it, I get it. He can do whatever he wants because he's iconic. I'm really into this iconic Matt Hardy. Like, I get hype every time his music says, "I am iconic," and then he cuts a promo and talks about being does all that stuff. I like it. I like it. I think he got a little mucus in his throat he needs
Are
to get
you
out.
an MFer?
I think he needs some Mucinex. But what? MFers? What?
Are you an MFer? Yeah, are you an MFer?
I am an iconic MFer.
You follow Matitude.
I am an icon. I'm gonna say that as many times as I can before the end of this video. Anyway, Bram and EY would come out near like the middle portion of this match and take out Jeff Hardy. Spud and Tyrus would come out, and Bennett would come out and take out EC3 pretty much. But EC3 would throughout this match just keep kicking out. He would end up getting taken out by the chair of Mike Bennett. And then Hardy pretty much declares himself as the winner. Basically, he gets out of the ring, grabs his title belt, tells the lady to get him a microphone. Which what was funny about that? She got him the microphone really quick, and he still got mad at her. I just thought that was funny. She got him that microphone pretty much immediately. He still was mad, but Hardy starts cutting a promo, and then he starts to walk up the ramp, and Galloway comes out, like pushes him like a little girl, and he rolls down the ramp, and then throws him back into the ring. They rang the bell before Matt Hardy could even get up, and then Drew Galloway hits the Claymore kick and then hits the Future Shock, and Drew Galloway is your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And it surprised me, and a little bit of me was like, why isn't this happening in the UK? Similar to the Kurt Angle Farewell Tour. The Kurt Angle tour, the Kurt Angle tour of things of leaving. But I was surprised that this happened at this show, but I think that's kind of the cool thing about live shows. They will throw something in on you. The crowd was hyped. The crowd was surprised. That's always a good thing. I thought this was especially for a triple threat match, was a really good match. I wanted it to technically turn into a fatal four-way match, and that's how Galloway won it. I'm not sure, but I definitely liked it. It was a good thing. It's been a while since we've had a serious face be the champion. It's been a little bit. I think the last one we had was EY, maybe, and we see how that went. We see where that took EY, but Justin, thoughts on the main event and your new?
I really enjoyed this match. Like, I like the story behind this. Where Matt Hardy couldn't get the job done on his own. I just really enjoyed that. Of course, like DJ said, we had interference by Eric Young and Bram. They took out Jeff Hardy in the match. They pile drived him. Well, EY pile drive Jeff Hardy on the floor, like on the cement floor, which that pretty much took Hardy out of the match. And of course, we had Tyrus and I think Spud. He came out. They pretty much tried to take out EC3, and I like that. That was good. And like I said, there was a whole bunch of interferences, and then of course we had the cash in of the that briefcase, of the championship briefcase. Which I was so happy, like we got a new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, and Drew Galloway. Like this was very good. I really enjoyed it, and the main event picture is like looking like really good in TNA, like because you can do so much rivalries. You could do a Matt Hardy and Drew Galloway rivalry. You can do a EC3 versus Drew Galloway rivalry. You can do a Mike Bennett Galloway rivalry. You can do a Galloway Jeff Hardy rivalry. I mean, you can go so many ways in this, and don't throw Bobby Lashley in there, or just Lashley. You can do so much different rivalries, and like the main event picture is like looking so good in TNA. But I kind of want them to do a little more stuff with the X division, and bring that up again, and the Knockouts division also start bringing that up again, and also a little bit with the TNA Tag Team Tag Team Championships, which also Beer Money are going to be doing an open challenge next week against any former TNA Tag Team Champions, which that's going to be pretty cool. Basically, I had to see who that is, but yeah.
Okay. Had something to say, but I forgot it, and it was not. See?
Or you could have Drew Galloway versus O-Dog the Great for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But then we obviously know that O-Dog would win, so that wouldn't be a fair match. This was a good match. I was surprised and a little bit upset, but not. I was surprised that Matt lost so early in his reign. I thought his reign would be a little bit longer than it has been. What?
Because he's iconic. I get it.
Yeah, he has phlegm in his throat and stuff. But then again, I obviously I knew Jeff wasn't going to win the title. He's already had it a bunch of times. He doesn't need it, and to an extent, Matt doesn't need it. I think
but
this
EC3 though does, because he's still undefeated.
Are you done? Are you done? Anyway, I feel like Matt having the title kind of gave us a different appreciation of him, more of an appreciation for him. So now he doesn't really need it. Like I feel like as fans we kind of lost sight of Matt to an extent. But him having the title again, I was like, okay, he does have a character. He does, he can do stuff outside of Jeff's shadow, I guess. But I'm really excited that Drew finally, Drew was the chosen one in WWE, and that never worked out. And now he's finally, getting to that world title picture and getting the title, and being kind of the face of a company, which is cool.
There's actually one. Can I one more thing?
No.
Oh, sure. No, I guess then. All right, so bye. No, yeah.
But the thing I want to add, EC3, he's gonna be like that, he is a big star, but he's gonna be. I
Say nothing negative about my boy.
I mean, he's always gonna be a really big, guy. A face. He's gonna be the face of the company for a very long time. Like in 10 years down the road from now, like he's gonna be.
Yeah, because he is unbendable, unbreakable,
unbreakable,
undisputed,
unbeatable.
Undum.
He lost.
Those whole.
He didn't know. He lost the title, but it was an unfair right of justice.
Like I said, I really love the main event picture in TNA right now.
I agree. I was gonna piggyback on that point. That's what I was gonna say. There's so much versatility with that. There's so many ways they can go with the main event picture, and I think sometimes I don't want people to get confused because we got upset at WWE for being so confused, but they're going into their biggest pay-per-view of the year, whereas TNA. They're just going into next week's show. And I think it's kind of nice to be a little bit confused sometimes because it brings more unpredictability. And that's kind of for WWE too the same way. We wouldn't have got the Shane McMahon situation without being confused and a little upset. But any final thoughts? More so from Justin because he doesn't watch TNA. Any final thoughts? What brought you back? It was obviously the double turn where the iconic Matt Hardy made me really upset.
What brought me back? The cash really brought me back into TNA. Like all the stuff that they were doing, with the whole main event picture. That's what actually brought me back.
But what brought you back before this show? Not what made you sit down and say, I'm just gonna watch TNA tonight.
I kind of wanted to say the Matt Hardy stuff, kind of when the iconic. The way I said that
Was it Jimmy Havoc? It was Jimmy.
I bet you he doesn't even know who that is. Anyway,
Probably doesn't.
I've listened to you guys' reviews, but I don't really know who that is very much. But like I said, I'm really looking forward to next week's TNA show. I'm really looking forward to it to see what they go from here with the World Championship. And like I said, I want them to do more stuff with the X Division Championship and the and the Knockout Championship. And yeah,
I agree. I want to see some more storylines. What?
What about the King of the Mountain?
Oh yeah,
I forgot about.
He doesn't know about that title. He hasn't.
Yeah, I still know about that. I still know about that title. And also, there's something I was gonna say. Now I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
Did you know that it's interpromotional?
Yeah, no, it's interpromotional. Yes, I know it's interpromotional.
All right, can we stop rambling?
Yeah. Here's my last thing I want to say. I remember it now. And I want them to bring in more new people, from different promotions, because I don't want them to do like the thing that drove me out of TNA was like the stuff that they like the whole Bound for Glory situation last year. That's the thing that kind of drove me away from TNA. But like I just want them like to do more like. Bring in new people, don't do the recycled garbage type of stuff. And don't do the same matches over and over because I don't do like the same repetitive matches. Like I like to see new, different matches. But
so you didn't like the return of Jeff Jarrett or the return of the King of the Mountain match?
I like that, but
for shame, Justin. Anyway, that was your
I liked it. I said I liked it.
Don't like Trevor Lee? Why don't you?
I love Trevor Lee. I love this PWG stuff.
Shame on this guy. Anyway, we're going home, guys. Well, I'm already home. We going.
I'm already home also.
You know what? Y'all going home, but y'all probably at home too. Anyway, that is it. That is your TNA review for 3/15/2016. It was a pretty good show. It was a really good show actually, especially for a live show. This is the reason why we need TNA live shows back for good. Or at least calm down on the tapings so much because that wears out the fans a little bit too. But if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit it. Don't quit it because we want you to come back.
So are we changing the name to the iconic
Classic Wrestling
Podcast?
Not officially, but I will put in a petition. I think the fans, LB got me, bro. Yeah, LB got me. I heard from him.
IWP, the iconic wrestling podcast.
Alrighty, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a like if you like. Share it on every Facebook page you're ever in.
Ever.
I gotta leave a lot of Facebook pages. I caught a lot of spoilers this week, and I cried a little bit inside. But anyway, we will see you guys later. Peace.